Hello. Alright, welcome back to my channel. This is Epi with Epi Reviews, and this is one of Epi's lunchtime reviews. Yes, I'm on my lunch break, and so I'm going to do the review for Grown in Gospel Season 1, Episode 2. A little housekeeping. In the next 2 weeks, I'm at a secret location at my mama's house until I move into my new place. We got to get a bigger place. You'll see Scooter Root more and more and more because we're going to be living in the same house again. But that's for another video. Let's get into Grown in Gospel. I feel like this is going to stress me out, but we're going to get it. Let's go. And we're back. Yes, I'm in different clothes. It's the next day. I took a shower. I just got out the shower. Just roll with me, people. Because I started to do this a day earlier than I was supposed to. So, we here. Don't worry about it. We gonna get it together. So, we start at this furniture store. And I think it's Tasha brings Elijah with her. Because Bree asked her to help pick out some furniture for her new apartment. What she bring Elijah for? Because he doing a lot. I don't know what's going on with him or why he's so obsessed with Bree and all of this extra. But it's a lot of extra going on with him. And I don't think I know I particularly care for it. Talk about, I see greatness in you and I want you to be great. And they talk about she should be having long furs to the floor with a matching hat. And her style is very great, auntie. First of all, her style looks comfortable and affordable. That's what it looks like. So the fact that y'all want this girl in all these extravagant outfits when that's not even her personality. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But they kind of get into an altercation trying to get her to define who she is by saying what she's not. And she was like, well, that's not how. That doesn't, saying what I'm not doesn't say what I am. And they're like, yes, it does. In some cases, yes, it does. But in Bree's case, she was like, no, that's not how I define it. So we gonna listen, friends, family, countrymen. I'd have punched Elijah in his face. But that's just me. Don't listen to me. I'm violent. Because he doing the absolute most. But yeah. That's what we got here. Y'all. Okay, so we move on to Elijah's video shoot. He's the director and producer of said shoot. So he gets to the venue and Bree, Nicole, Nikki, and Tasha is waiting outside for him. He's talking about where's his actives. And they was like, well, no, but we not your actives, baby. He was like, I know y'all not my actives. Where are my actives? I think he was saying where's his adjutants? Like where's his helpers? Who's coming to help him, like get the bags out the car or whatever? Child, he's a lot. And they say he's a lot. And he's doing all these things. And so they bring him into the space and there's these balloon arches everywhere. These black and gold balloon arches. And the man went ape shit about the balloon arches. You hear me? Absolutely ape-tastic. He fighting the balloons, talking about no more wire hangers. Like it's a lot like it's that level of crazy that he went to over these balloons. So baby, child, did he get up there? The people they getting him, he getting back. He trying to get dressed for the video. He running late. They was like, you got to sing today. Stop screaming. Here, drink some water. He's like, I don't want any water. He trying to get dressed. He got a fur coat on top of a sparkly tank top and some black leather pants and some black leather boots. He get out there on the stage. It's hot under them lights. Let me be very clear. I have been on a stage. It be hot. I be wanting to come up out of this wig. I just don't think y'all understand how hot it gets when you're singing on the stage and the lights is on you and it's a lot happening. And so He starts to get dizzy and he fall. Boom! His head hit the floor. But I had a praying grandmother. Okay. And I learned to call on the name of Jesus. Okay, let me. So everybody's freaked out. The only person that's not is Jay Brooks. Jay Brooks is like, for real. This is what we doing. This is what you doing for the video. You just gonna fall out. You just gonna fall out on the floor. That's what you're doing. You're just gonna fall out. So he had to come to the realization, no, this nigga really passed out. And so now they calling an ambulance to come get him, make sure he's all right. I think it's because he may not have eaten, and at this point it's late in the evening. The hot lights, the leather, the fur is too much, and he just ran out of steam, and his body said, "Go TV, go dark." Nope, we're not doing this. So we gonna see if the baby's clearly okay, but we gonna see what happened, y'all. Okay, typical dehydration, doing too much. They gave him some fluids. He fine, but they actually had to take him to the hospital. Now this fool on the floor with an oxygen mask on, talk about I gotta finish my video. Nigga, video is over. Ain't no video. The video is over. We not do. It's over. You going to the hospital? But the baby fine. He fine. Jay Brooks. They was like he talked about they had to give him 6 bags of fluid. Nobody believes him. I don't know. I don't know. If they on a rapid infuser, I don't. They could have gave him. So I don't think they gave him 6. 6 seems extreme to me. I would 2 to 3, yes, to get your fluids replaced, but 6 it seems a lot. But neither here nor there. We now at Auntie Dorinda's house. So we gonna see what happens here, Chair. Trauma. Okay, so the level of sympathy and just human decency and kindness towards one another is in the basement on the show. Like, they understood the boy passed out because he hadn't eaten. It's hot. He hadn't had any water or anything. They was like, all he needed was a couple of minutes and some ice on his neck, and he should have been fine. Why was he doing all of that? Elijah did, well, he does a lot. He does. He does do a lot. But daggone, talk about he milked it. Milked it for what? For who's he milking it for? Like, I don't. Who's he milking it for, though, is my question. For y'all's attention? For y'all's sympathy? Like, I don't. Okay, sure, whatever. So, we at Auntie Dorinda's house because that's where Nikki is staying. And Jay Brooks, Tasha, and Nikki is playing talk. And they have a little conversation about the church and how some churches no gambling, no playing cards, no playing games with dice, no nothing because they think it's all gambling and it's the sin. And it's a different variation on different who believes what, depending on what your denomination is, what your church believes about playing games with cards and gambling and stuff. Jay Brooks said he been gambling his whole life, and he don't think the Lord cares that he bet $1 on this taunt game. So be that as it may, I'm not a huge gambler. Um, I went to Vegas. I pressed a couple of buttons. I wasn't that impressed. I liked all the lights and whistles. That's all I got. I ain't win no money in it. Well, I did win the money and then I lost it again. I don't think I'm built for that. I keep asking for the Lord to allow me to win the lottery, but I don't actually play the lottery, so I know the Lord be looking at me like, "Girl, you're stupid." So there's that. Um, yeah, yeah. And now they're on the conversation of Bree and what she's been doing. And he's like, well, there's just this huge gap between when she was touring and now. She's did some things with her dad, some things she hasn't done with her dad. And they're like, and he's just like, well, what has she been doing? He's like, I don't know. He's like, she's living her life, I guess, because she's been married, divorced, and remarried. She's living life. She got kids and stuff. And so he's like, all I know is what she says she wants to do, which is be an artist. And so she's gonna have to show and prove if that's exactly what she wants to do. Because at this point, you're 30 some odd years old. Come on, get yourself together. What are you doing? So, child, we gonna see. This it's real. It's a real nasty judgmental spirit on these people on this show, and I don't know. I don't know, children, but we gonna see. Okay, so listen, I'm trying to do like this is a real. This setup is real makeshift. So I had to grab my ring light because I felt like my face looked dark and you couldn't see me. So hopefully you can see me now. Hold on, let me move this so I can see what y'all see. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, so needs more power than the port can supply. Can- Okay. Not my computer said, hey, bitch, this is too much. You need to plug this into a wall. Hold on a second. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. So we go to Jay Brooks is having coffee in this coffee shop and he's waiting for somebody and who shows up but the Shayna Wilson. Shayna Wilson Williams is her name. She sings one of my favorite gospel songs that I have danced to on several occasions. I know my sister loves her. So I was like, oh my God, Shayna Wilson. But then drama happens and oh my God. So apparently Nikki and Tasha ran up on, first of all, Shayna's pregnant. Let's start there. Secondly, Nikki and Tasha done ran up on her. Talk about she told this story about how she met somebody in the car and they talked about the marriage and the marriage ain't going well. And she was like, I had one conversation with her and she was like, yeah, you know, me and House, we not doing too good. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. If you need anything, just let me know and I got you. And she said that was the extent of their conversation. And now there's this overblown story about how they met in the car and she told her all of her everything about their marriage. And then she's running around telling people that she met her in the car and told her about her marriage. I like it doesn't make any sense. But Jay Brooks, who seems to be everybody's friend, a friend to everyone is a friend to no one, but we just go I'm gonna leave that right there. So he's going to mediate between the ladies and we gonna see how that just gave me a headache. But we gonna see how that works out. I really need y'all to see my face in regard. I need y'all to see my face in regards to this last scene with Elijah at the furry. And he's trying on different furs. And he has this whole damn conversation about Brianna and her style. And her style is just basic. And I just want to drip her up. And she needs to be drippy if she going to be around us. And da da. And talk about some. If you see somebody in a photo shoot, oh, did you see Fred Hammond's daughter Brie in the photo shoot? Then I'm going to Google and listen to her music. Never once have I said, "Ooh, that's a nice outfit. Let me go listen to their music." Never once in all of my 46 years of living. Never ever once have I ever said, "Ooh, she dresses so nice. Let me go listen to her music." But okay, who is me? We're at Bree's birthday party. It's very I have to do a scene and I don't have any money. So we're just this is what we're doing. Uh they're in a church hall. Um, there's a cake, a little chocolate cake. It looks like from the grocery store. There's some pizza. It looks like it's from Little Caesars. So you invited the bad and bougie to your very budget appropriate birthday party. There's no balloon arches. There's no step and repeat. There's no billion people. There's no bunch of photography. There's no 360 in the corner. There's no DJ. There's a little microphone and speaker there. And the judgmental church people are being judgmental church people in regards to this baby's birthday party. Now, Jay Brooks said something really, really, really impactful. He said that, oh, none of her family is here to support her or say, you're having a birthday party and I'm glad you're having a party to celebrate your life and all that other stuff. None of them are here to support her in this particular endeavor. And he says, this shows me, this is indicative of the support that she's getting in her life. No wonder she needs her friends. If this is what if her family is not even showing up, or she doesn't feel like she can even invite them we don't even know if she invited them to this situation and that they just decided that they weren't coming. But whatever the case may be, they're not here for her in any way, shape, form. Nobody showed up for her but us. So that is indicative to him. That speaks to the actual support that she's getting in her life in regards to whatever situations that she's going through, her trying to get her music career back, all of those things. So I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong. So she decides to present this song. Everybody says that it's not her voice because the girl can sing. It's her delivery. Um, she's got it. I don't think she knows that she's got it. Is the message that's coming across, and it's a universal message all the way across. Now, Jay Brooks, you said something super impactful, and I think very true in regards to Bree. The fact that you can't seem to take anything seriously for real, like when the boy passed out, you was like, "Come on, man, why you gotta milk it? Why you gotta do all? You don't take it. It doesn't feel like it. The way you're coming across, beloved, is like you can't take anything seriously. You take nothing seriously. So I listen, Jesus, nothing at all. Like this serious moment that she's trying to present this song of ministry to you as her friends. Um, it's coming off a little rude. Now, Shayna came to the party and Nikki and Tasha both ignore her. Like y'all so grown and adult Christians that you can't even speak to someone when they come in the room. Even if I don't mess with you, I can give you a head nod because I have manners and home training. I don't. That's not okay. All right, we just okay. Maybe it's just me. Maybe me. Okay. Not this little raggedy show got me crying thug tears for this girl. Ugh, I hate feelings. Jesus Christ. All right, so they're at the party and Brie is opening her gifts. First of all, shout out to Tasha because she is correct. Cash is king. I love a good gift. I love a good thoughtful gift, but I also love cash. Please send cash at me. Cash at me, please. Venmo. I don't think I can do Zelle anymore. My bank doesn't do Zelle. But, PayPal me. Those type of things. The little chingity ching on my notification or a little paper crinkly in the palm of my hand is always a good answer as a gift for me. Huh. So she's opening her gifts and so um Elijah, being who he is, he bought her some YSL boots. Uh, they were gaudy. They're still cute with the little YSL in the heel. Um, they were cute little plain black boots. And she was like, "Oh," and she goes to try the boots on. And he was like, "Yeah, take them little dust bucket boots you got on off." First of all, sir, don't do that. First of all, you don't know what it took for me to be able to afford the boots that I have on for this evening. Don't do that. Don't diminish uh what I am able to and what I like. Don't do that. So they trying the boots. Everybody's having pizza. They singing. They having a good time. He keeps trying to push her afro down, which I don't get. her hair looks beautiful on her. It's her natural hair. That's how it grows out of her head. Why is like you doing? He doing a whole lot. So they singing the little birthday song and stuff. And so it's like, okay, we're gonna start to clean up and blah blah blah. He takes her boots that she wore to the event and puts them in the trash, like he's gathering the trash to throw away. And that was the straw for her. That is the straw. And she was like, I don't think it's funny. It's actually very mean. And so she decides to, she's like, that's it, I'm leaving. And she gets all of her stuff, and she's leaving. And she's leaving everybody there. So they go to catch her at the door and be like, she was like, at this point, it's not funny. What she's like, at this point in my life, my skin is not, and I, listen, I love self-aware and honest people, and and especially when you being transparent about what you got going on. She says, my skin is not thick enough for this. So what is jokes for y'all is really hurtful to me. This is not funny to me. I can't do this. I'm not going to do this with you guys. I gotta go. And so the ladies follow her out, and she's trying to explain. She's like, I know it may sound weird, or it may not make sense to y'all, but it felt like it was a mirror of how I feel like my daddy feels about the choices that I've made in this life, and how he and if and his and I know that I get in my own way, and sometimes I don't make the best choices in my life. So therefore, I feel like that's why I feel like my dad don't want to mess with me. So, and then she starts to, child, listen, as a daddy's girl who father could literally almost forgot her existence after my parents' marriage dissolved. And so it took a minute for us to get back to mend our relationship, and I was very hurt as his going from I'm his baby girl, and that's my daddy, and I'm a daddy's girl, to you and my mother breaking up, and then you going off with this other woman, and then it's like I cease to exist for you when you were my whole world. You know what I'm saying? So it took a long time for us to, and it had some conversations, because that damages your daughter's self-esteem with you, because you are the first man in your daughter's life, and you teach her what the love between a man and, you know what I'm saying, that's your first example of that type of love. And so for you as her father to go from one extreme to the other without there really being an explanation as to why, because what did I do wrong for you to treat me like this? You know what I'm saying? What did I do to you? I didn't do anything to you. You decided to make these choices. And then you, like, my father literally told me that he thought I was strong enough to handle my parents' divorce and separation and divorce. So he didn't wait for me to finish high school before he left. He waited for my sister to finish high school. But what I heard was I wasn't enough to wait for. You know what I'm saying? So that did damage to me. And he had to repair that damage. And luckily he did before he left out of here. Before he left this earth, we were able to reconcile, and he was able to help me heal that part of my heart that he had damaged. But she hasn't gone through that portion yet. So it's still an open wound, open sore for her. And then for Elijah to constantly be picking at her, she just, at this point in her life, her skin, like she said, her skin is not thick enough to handle that. So what you may not understand, and you think it's just jokes with your friends and your crew and blah, 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 and all these other things, it is very hurtful to her. And he owes her an apology. And I would probably cuss them out. But that's just, listen, I choose violence. Don't listen to me. Don't. But that's how the episode ended. Um, Apparently they're gonna have another conversation next week. We're gonna see how that goes. This has been my review and recap for Grown Gospel Season 1, Episode 2. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a kin. And I will catch you later for something. Peace.